There will be no face shown from Slim today as I am rocking somewhat of a cold, woohoo! But that will not stop me from giving you the amazing first-person shooter games dropping this September, so let's do this. Now I can only start by saying yes, yes, and yes. I have been looking for a nice corridor shooter like this for some time now, and I know we have a few, but either they are in early access or not out yet, and this is dropping in a full release instantly, featuring a story involving aliens that need slaying and a ton of different weapons and environments, toppled with some beautiful pixely graphics. Now the description of the game, it goes like this. The player takes the role of the last soldier of the highly specialized Gastro Force, elite troopers trained to infiltrate the enormous alien guts to fight them from the inside. And I mean aliens, guts and fighting, huh? Well, that's just what I need. Now I gotta be honest here, I do not think this one screams of high quality gameplay. However, I can see bits and pieces here and there that the developer seems to have put a decent amount of effort in. For example, the weapons and their feedback. I mean, it could be assets that was bought, I have no idea, and frankly I don't care. As long as I'm having fun playing, that's what matters. Now a game that looks like this one though, always runs the risk of being a scam, especially when the features of the game are this. 3D gameplay, first-person game mode, modern weapons, multiple maps. I mean, come on, if you want to sell something, you gotta do way better than that. So honestly, if it appeals to you, keep an eye out for the reviews before hitting that buy, or be ready to refund this game quickly. But why did I put this on the list? Well, because I wanted to talk about it and semi-warn you of my gut feeling of it, even though it could be completely wrong. But I mean, the description of the game, well, it goes like this. A first-person shooter, modern time game. And that was it. Nah, I mean, stay far away from this game, okay? Now this is one that definitely looks better gameplay wise, but would have looked a whole lot better if not for these semi-bad realistic graphics. If this was running on retro graphics with some modernizations here and there, I would probably be all over this one. But alas, it looks like it is having some form of identity crisis. I mean, with Call of Duty guns in space with cartoony aliens, what the hell, it does really sound bad when I say it. However, as I said at the start here, I do think that the gameplay looks somewhat fun though, so I am going to keep an eye out on this one, even though it's identity crisis it's having. The description of the game, well, it goes like this. In a futuristic sci-fi action setting, you will become the miner, and your mission will be to take your powerful weapon and protect your ILCOINs, the ultimate treasure in ILC, from the space alien pirates and the evil D-Boss. What the hell, what was that description? It just amped up the identity crisis this game is already having. Originally created as part of the DreadX Collection 2, Squirrel Stapler is a horror haunting simulator that satirizes low-budget games with pitch-black humor and panic-inducing absurdist horror, created by no other than David ZlimBratSki, the developer behind hit titles such as DUSK and Iron Lung. Now I do actually own the DreadX Collection 2, but I haven't even booted it up yet. And this releasing as a standalone game though, well, it's pretty cool. I don't know anything about it other than who the developer is, and that alone has me kinda excited for this game, even though the game really does look meh. The magic of this developer has surprised thousands of people before, and I'm sure that will be the cause for this game as well. Now the description goes on par with the game number 2 on this list. Hunt squirrels, staple them to a corpse, and meet God. Now most of us know exactly what this game is, but if you don't, well, it's a co-op shooter where you take the role as a bank robber. Your goal? Well, rob the bank, get as much money as you can, and either do it as quiet as you can or complete guns blazing. Now for the better of this game, it has been playable to a few people and the reception has been very mixed from the testing. Some say it's fantastic, some say it's not, but what I'm afraid of is that this is another case of Vermintide 2 meets Darktide, where Vermintide 2 is an old game that has been updated for years with new content, and alas comes Darktide, not being close to Vermintide 2 in either content or progression. The exact same goes with Payday 2, so Payday 3, can it live up to its name and blow everyone's mind? I don't know, but I'm rooting for Starbreeze. The description, it goes like this. Payday 3 is the much anticipated sequel to one of the most popular co-op shooters ever. Since its release, Payday players have been reveling in the thrill of a perfectly planned and executed heist. That's what makes Payday a high-octane co-op first-person experience without equal. Now this is one that has me very excited. I did test out the demo and to say the least the game feels very unique. Its goal is to really test your boomer shooter skills, where it forces you to use different guns for different enemies, bunny hop and traverse the verticality of the levels to stay alive, and challenge you with different types of hazards. Now I did find the environments and enemies somewhat lacking in inspiration, but I do hope that the full game will offer something more than the demo did. Nonetheless, this is worth keeping an eye on, and the description, it goes like this. Put your combat skills to the test in this fast-paced first-person shooter. Resist and rebel against a rogue AI. Will you conquer and reclaim or perish? Well, I will most likely perish a few times before I conquer and reclaim. Okay, I know this is not a first-person shooter, but I could not care less. This game is so goddamn good it deserves to be covered by all YouTube channels. This might be the first non-FPS game that I actually stream and do a full-fledged review on, because I just love it, plain and simple. It has the narrative, it has the story, it has the gunplay, the wackiness, it just has it all, damn it. And to top it off, it's very much a Max Payne-like. The combat and bullet time feels much like a Max Payne game, which is not a bad thing by any means. It's what so many of us are just craving for, and this is set out to ease that crave. Now the description goes like this. Stakes, guns, slow-mo, fight werewolves and vampires in a reality-shifting motel. Dive through the barricades to escape the grasp of evil puppets. Destroy the villain you loved. A new third-person love letter to classic shooters. Neo-noir never looked so good. Here we got one that goes beyond everything that we expect from a boomer shooter. This one offers an insanely deep melee combat system, immersive guns where each shot counts, a deep and rich story, and it has the length of 3 boomer shooters combined. But don't be afraid, it also has a super deep difficulty system in place that you can tweak however you want. If you want to go full role-playing maniac on this one, well you can, or if you want the more easy slay everything in your way approach, yeah, well you can do that as well. It really is highly customizable, and the game looks nothing but fan-freaking-tastic. Now the description, it goes like this. Explore a decaying industrial world left behind in humanity's never-ending race to conquer the stars. Beneath its iron skies, desperate souls kill and steal for passage to the still plentiful frontier worlds. Sink or swim in this high-octane first-person shooter with immersive sim elements. Yeah, I am so reviewing this game. Seems to have a lot to review in it. Finally, we have RoboCop the game, that so many are skeptical about, since, well, RoboCop is kind of an unstoppable slow-moving brick, and that sounds like it could make the gameplay quite boring after a while. But at the same time, we are all excited to try it out, see how the developers solved all the issues that comes with making an authentic RoboCop game. Nonetheless, the graphics, they look good, and it won't just be all guns blazing. You will have to do some investigating in this game as well. Now, this game, it should have been out already, but for some unknown reason, it has been delayed until September. When in September, I don't know, and neither does anyone else. So we will just have to wait and see. But do expect a stream and a review from me on this one. Now the description, it goes like this. Become the legendary part man, part machine, all cop hero, and deliver justice in old Detroit. So did none of these games actually cater to you? Or did you just not had enough of me yet? Well, become a member today to support me in doing more of this, and do not miss these.